Is my mic on? I don't hear it no more. Well, I was just hearing it. So what, they gonna hear it in there through this? They can hear me now? Shalom, shalom. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, back with another one. This is Wednesday night class taught by Officer 5000 TITHES. I got Officer 50 Ricard Karab in the building with me. We got Atlanta Camp with me. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Today's topic is how you should behave yourself as a priest and prophet of the Lord, and what you can expect in this truth when dealing with people in the world and you out there speaking different devices and different attacks that you might get from the devil himself, and not necessarily the devil as in the white man, but just different spirits, demons that could come at you. I say that rather. So we're gonna start in that scripture in John. I want to start on that, and then y'all just follow suit. Any questions? Make sure you raise your hand and say Salakia, and you will be called upon. Also, in the I.S.U.P.K, we address each other as according to rank. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk to a man above you saying homie or bro or whatever you say in the world. Whatever that's in the world, it ain't militant, it ain't I.S.U.P.K. A man above you, you address who that addresses you, you answer by a con out of one con, and that's it. So, like I said, let's go ahead and get into it. Where we at?
John 13:35. This disciples.
Okay. I'm about to buy now.
John chapter 13, verse 45.
Go ahead.
Oh, 35, Salakia. Oh, I should start off at 34. Verse 34, I'm going to start at 34. 34, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another.
That you do what?
That ye love one another.
Then this is Christ talking to the disciples, telling them, you know what I'm saying, listen, y'all gotta love one another. Now, who knows what love means according to the Bible? That's open to the class. Anybody know? No sweat. Hold that and give me 1 John 5:3, I believe. Let's get the definition of love, because I don't want to get love twisted. And this is hard to understand from an emotional people like ourselves, Black, Hispanic, Native Indian people. We so emotional, and we caught up on following the woman in this society, especially, that we confused on what love is, you know what I'm saying? Let Eve tell it, love is a gushy-ushy feeling that she got or he got with everybody they done laid down with, or sometimes not even you lay down with, because most time brothers, you'll lay down with a broad and you don't love her, you know what I'm saying, but she thinks she in love, and that's because she's simple-minded and don't know no better. But brothers, you know what I'm saying, you assume love, let's say that, for example, with your homies or with your homeboys in the world, right? You assume it's love when he bring you over that blunt because you stressed that day and smoke with you. You think that's, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, he always showed me love, you know what I'm saying, yeah, he showed me down on the Newport, you know, that's love. All that type of shit. You thinking that's love on the, and you in locked up with a brother, and you know what I'm saying, y'all locked up, so he shot you down on the poke, You know what I'm saying? Y'all sellies, you think that's love. That's not love, man. Love is not getting another brother to sin. That's not love. Or a sister to sin. That's not love. You know what I'm saying? Love is that we keep the commandment. We're going to read it right here. Go ahead.
1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments.
You understand? That's the love that we talking about. That's the love we talking about. So Christ said, y'all should love one another. He's saying what? Open to the class. What is Christ saying when he's saying that y'all shall love one another? Go ahead.
By keeping the commandments for each other.
Right. And what's an example of that?
Not stealing from each other, not lying from each other.
Yeah.
Not committing adultery against each other.
Yeah. Not coveting one another's properties and possessions. Right? Meaning you see a brother got one thing, or you see a brother want something, and you go and, you know what I'm saying, you go and take that, or you go and steal it from him, right? Just to say you got it and now he don't got it. You ain't supposed to be coveting one another. You ain't supposed to be, doing each other wrong. You ain't supposed to, in business, in everything, you know what I'm saying? In regards to relationship, you ain't supposed to be sleeping with your brother's woman. Hell, the scriptures say you ain't even really supposed to be just out there chilling with her like that either. Just at the bar or something, you know, because you be coming from work, right? And you at the bar, and that brother wife may come through, and y'all at the bar together. Y'all might run into each other somewhere at the bar or whatever. You ain't even supposed to be just up there drinking and, you know what I'm saying, conversate with the brother wife. Y'all may know each other, and it may start off innocent. And then next thing you know, you in some hotel committing sin. You know? You ain't supposed to even be, you know what I'm saying, to the type too much, even hanging around a brother woman like that. So you at the bar, and you say you love your brother, and you see his wife come in the bar, what should you do? Asking for the class. Open it up to the class. What should you do? Does anybody know the answer? I'll tell you what you should do. If you say you love that brother, right? And you see his wife come into the bar, and you at the bar, your best bet is just get up, pay your tab, and go home. Or go to another bar. Say shalom, Yahweh Shemal, Allah Taba Shem Yahushua. Say all that, do all that. A quick few seconds, oh, I was just headed out, you know. Because you supposed to be the man in the situation. You seen her coming from a mile away. You know she coming into the bar, and you know that you ain't supposed to be just sitting down there drinking with her like that. You know more than likely she gonna come up to you. You should go ahead and bounce. Or if you at the bar and you see a brother rib and she dressed a certain way that's kind of grabbing the attention of a lot of men, you should let that brother know, man. Hey, man, you know, your wife up here, you know, hoeing. You know?
Right.
Shit. I would want a brother to tell me if my reel was out there trying to get the attention of other men. Sometimes you might have to sit back in the cut and just watch how she moves. She might be meeting up with the office friend. Now, what's she hanging out with another dude for? You know what I'm saying? Did she tell you about it? Are you cool with that? I hope you wouldn't be cool with that. I ain't never heard no man and woman being friends. I ain't never heard of a man not trying to poke something. Where they do that at? You know what I'm saying? Those are just examples of how you show love towards one another. And so what all these things have in common is they're all actions. You know what I'm saying? They all derive from real life situations and real life reactions and actions. You know what I'm saying? Not that love that they talk about in the Christian church, where you really never pinpoint what the hell love is in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? Let the Christian preacher tell you about some love. You think love is something completely opposite of what it really is. Love is just that feeling that you get when the music is playing at church, the tambourines is beating, you stressed out, the preacher say a few good words, you look at your neighbor and say, neighbor. You know what I'm saying? You know how the preacher do. And then in that moment, y'all think y'all love each other. Come right out that same service. Hey, can I get a ride, brother? Hey, man, you know what? I actually got to go. Woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? The same brother that you was just neighbor. Now he don't want to do something for you when it come time to show his love. But when it come time to talk about it, Christians can talk about it all day. So Christ was saying, listen, I'm charging y'all that y'all love one another. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you.
Well, damn, that's heavy. Because, I mean, ultimately, Christ died, you know what I'm saying? He gave his life for them brothers and for the nation. So how can you love anybody more than giving your life for them, right? It's that extreme if you really think about it. If you really break down what he's saying and what he did. Not just what he's saying, but what he did. What did he do? Christ had spiritual powers. He didn't use those powers to make himself rich and glorious and stunt on niggas like how your rappers like to say they do. But he gave his life in service of teaching and rebuilding the nation of Israel. That's how we're to love each other if we coming into this truth saying that we the disciples. Listen, you ain't going to always get along with a brother. Sometimes you're going to have your alts. But a real brother get on that phone, call that man, even if it didn't get too deep, you just realize it was a little, you know what I'm saying, it was a little too much past what you like. Maybe it's on your spirit, maybe it's on your mind. You call that brother and you apologize, man. You say, hey, man, you know, I mean to say them things, man. Woo, woo. I ain't mean to do that. You know, it's all good. Woo. And y'all squash it. Those are preventative measures, man. That's doing what Christ charged us to do. Why? Because I'm making sure that there ain't no beef between us, man. A lot of brothers in the world, man, you know, you do something to them or they feel some type of way about how you act and do, and they won't say nothing to you, but they will talk behind your back, though. They'll tell everybody else. They'll tell everybody else but you. In the truth, we can't do that, man. Right. In the truth, we got to do the hard thing. We got to go to thee and thee alone. And he'd be like, hey, man, this is what happened, man. Whoa, whoa, man, that wasn't cool. I done had situations where I had to, hey, listen, man, hey, look, man, this the problem. Now, you're going to have to boo-woo, or we're going to have to go to council. Because it done got out of hand. Sometimes you got to man up and do that, man. Don't let it all be cakes and Skittles. It ain't all going to be cakes, cupcakes, Arizona teas and Skittles. Sometimes you're going to have to get down in the mud with a brother and go there. That's part of love, too, though. You know what I'm saying? Not to the point where you got to exchange fisticuffs. But you got to step to a brother and you got to say, hey, man, this is how you wrong me. Sometimes you're going to have to do that. This is a commandment. Meaning if you're not doing this, you sinning. You understand? Keep reading.
That ye also love one another. Verse 35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples.
That's the whole point. That's why any brother that's in a camp or in a school where y'all go out and y'all whole camp and y'all together on them weekends, you know that when you are out and about with your brothers, the military order and the respective rank that we have in the I.S.U.P.K, to the outside world, it appears ultimately militant. You know what I'm saying? They seeing how we move, dismissing each other off posts, addressing each other by rank, brothers moving and executing, following orders. It looks extremely militant, and it looks unseen, something unseen in the black community in a long time. And so therefore people be watching and they be like, oh yeah, it's something different about them. Even if you want to have these so-called fake groups out here, Christian churches, acting like they, you know, pushing the truth, people going to see them and they're going to say it's something about them that's not quite like the brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. The brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. hold each other in high esteem. Why is that? Because we warn together on the weekends. We going through the struggles. We going through the trials. And we knowing that this man right here, he doing the same thing I'm doing. He going through the same things I'm going through. You understand? And it's by that we know that we are the prophets. Because why? How we deal with each other is an example. It's an example. Now let me get Ezekiel 33 verse 1. Start at verse 1. I want to talk about when you at camp and people seeing you. You know what I'm saying? And you speaking and you talking. Well, no, hold on that. Give me the whole armor of God. Put on the whole armor of God. That's in Timothy, I believe. You can find that for me. And then we're going to come around to that. So, yeah, when you at these camps, man, and you on post, look strong on that post, man. When it's time to relieve a brother, relieve him correctly. Don't turn around and say, hey, you know, I got to go to the restroom, whoop, whoop. You raise your hand in a fist motion, and your high-ranking officer or an officer will get to you to see what are your needs, man. We want to be militant, man. We don't want to be like everybody else. If we like everybody else, we can't say we Christ-like. Because Christ made a distinction between the disciples and everybody else. You understand? Read when you got it.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11.
Oh, it's Ephesians, sorry.
Put on the whole armor of Yahweh.
Right. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, man. So y'all understand what that means. Be fully engulfed into these words and what it's saying for you. Don't just come to class, learn, and, you know, that's it. These just words that go in one ear out the other. Fully embrace these scriptures, man, and dive into the full weight of what comes with these holy scriptures, man. What comes with bearing this sword, bearing this cross. You got questions and you're not sure of yourself about something, then you call and you get counsel, man. That's part of putting on that whole armor. When you put on that armor, first you got to take off that old garment that you had in the world, that of pride and arrogance and thinking you know everything. You got to take that off to put on this armor. To put on this armor, you got to be completely humble. But within your humbleness, you are a man without fear. You are a man that's bold. You are a man that can't be intimidated. You are a man that's not afraid to stand on what you know to be truth. You understand? You got to be a man like that in your everyday, because people going to see you and they're going to say, he different. Some may not all agree with what you got to say politically and things like that. but they're not going to be able to argue the fact that you different. Right? So can you read on that?
Come. That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
So that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, the tricks of the devil. There's a lot of that going on, man, in the black community. You got brothers that they not showing each other brotherhood. So they encourage one another to sell drugs, to prostitute women, to do these things. And when they get caught in that system, they quick to tell on each other, man. You done fell for the trick of the white man. He done destroyed you in more ways than one. Not only do he get you to give up your life and provide, and create a situation where there's another fatherless household, and now you sit in prison. But through your actions, you perpetuate the lack of brotherhood in the black community by showing hate towards one another, by selling the dope, by lying on the next brother to avoid jail time, or maybe you snitching and you done did the same crime. Instead of owning up to your crime, you want to do the rich Al Porter's, what's his name? I forget his name, but you want to go and do the Frank Lucas. You want to snitch. That's what y'all know. That's the difference between snitching and being a witness. Now, if you see a crime going on, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing wrong with reporting it. It's only when you and another individual are involved in the crime, and because y'all got caught, then you decide to tell on him. That's snitching. Right? So, yeah, it's like, putting on that full armor, man, and that way you avoid the wiles of the devil. Go ahead.
Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Right, our fight is not a physical fight. It's a spiritual one. That's why it's important that we understand the depths of brotherhood. It goes deeper than surface level. You ain't learned brotherhood till you pockets damn near on E, and another brother calling you needing help on a bill. He about to be out the house, and you got to come up with that money to pay that brother back. To get that brother in a situation where he don't lose his house. Then we're gonna see what your brotherhood really like. It's easy to say you're a brother, but you ain't never been tested. But let you get tested and see how you stand on that. Right? So that's it on that. Give me Ezekiel 33 and 31.
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 31.
This is about how people act when you at camp, man, or they seeing you and they hearing you, and you know what I'm saying, you speaking. This is just giving you a life of what it's like to be a prophet in the I.S.U.P.K. Go ahead.
And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people. So
yeah, you'll be out on the street corners and you speaking loud and everything. You got the signs up, the banner waving, and you sounding real militant. And the people are gathering, man. And they gathering as you expect black people to gather when they hear the black man talking about what they know to be right. We love hearing a good motivation. Negroes. We love hearing a good motivational speech. That's why they be in church and the pastor just saying a whole lot of really nothing, but he sound good saying it. Well, I want to. You ever wonder why your preacher be talking like that? Like, you be like, damn, man, like, why don't he just get to the point? You don't never hear black people, we got so much flavor and all this other stuff, but sometimes it be for the wicked because you just in church and the preacher, well, I was walking down 24th and West and And I had to stop and think again, like, why are you singing and talking at the same time? It's because your preachers know black people. We just can't, you know what I'm saying? We got to put flavor on it. And you know what I'm saying? We got to exacerbate, you know, what our positions and what we talking about, man. So, you know, black people, they was gathering around. They was hearing the word. They was looking for that good word. So go ahead.
Count on God. And they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Oh, yeah. Damn. So they hearing the words, you know, that you speaking, telling the absolute truth. Listen, when we on that corner, brothers, please be fully aware that what you were saying is revolutionary. It don't get said in this earth. And not only is it not said by black people in this earth, but it's the absolute truth. The white man's the devil. He's a cruel beast. They treat us like garbage. They don't love us. They never loved us. And nothing has ever changed since slavery. We've dealt with 400 years of perpetual hatred brought to us by a beast that wants to do nothing more than to devour the skin off our flesh. And that's it. They know that. They know what we saying true. But they ain't gonna do nothing about it. Deep down, they really love the white man. All of the white man's oppression, it be worth it because, you know, every year you get a Christmas bonus. And you get to celebrate the holidays, put gifts under the tree, sing the merry carols, pour your old eggnog and eat your cookies and your gumbo. My mom used to make gumbo on Christmas. So we was adding sin on top of sin. We was celebrating Christmas and eating a pot of crab and lobster and pork and shrimp at the same damn time. Talking about some praise Jesus, it was his birthday. And I don't never remember giving Jesus no gift. You know what I'm saying? If it was if December 25th was Christ's birthday, did we ever give Christ a gift in that church? There was never no gift for Christ. Well, it's his birthday, supposedly. So, you know, we love to talk, but, you know, that's about it. Curie.
Count on God. For with their mouth they shew much love.
Right, with our mouths, we show much love. That's why we gave the definition of what is love. Because it ain't about just running your damn mouth. You know what I mean? How you love me and you gonna sleep with my homeboy? Listen, they love trying to make, when they get caught, when them hoes get caught, they love trying to make an excuse. Well, you know, you're not there for me and I was feeling lonely and it was just the wrong time. It was a mistake. It wasn't no mistake. It wasn't no mistake. That sexual deviancy that's in you that causes you to lust for many men and have many rods in you is why you did what you did. You never loved me because had you loved me, you would have been saved from your own sexual deviancy. Because by loving me, you would have obeyed me and you would have cherished me enough to where no man could penetrate you because he is my master, he is my Lord. So women, if you laying down, you sleeping around on your man, you don't love him. Stop fooling yourself. You don't love him. You don't love him. You thinking you could, you know what I'm saying? That's why they trip me out when they say, well, a woman can have 2 men too. No, you can't. How you gonna have 2 men? That don't work out that way. Y'all get all wrapped up in them emotions. Yo, how you gonna have two men leading the household? Let's say y'all do decide to have a love triangle and y'all all in one house. How two men gonna run a house? Them niggas gonna end up fighting every day. Keep reading.
But their heart goeth after their covetousness.
No, after their covetousness.
But their heart go after their covetousness.
Covetousness. Then just keep reading.
Verse 32, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice.
Right, so you on, that's what I'm saying, you out on that street corner, and all they thinking about while you up there just blazing on the white man is they thinking about their favorite Motown record. And goddamn, they just thinking about the barbecues and the picnic songs and dancing, and they thinking it's a good time. When they see you up on that podium, they don't know you dead serious. They wait for niggeros to be like, all right, so y'all, we got barbecue chicken to the back with some potato salad, some Kool-Aid, you know what I'm saying, and some Hawaiian bread. You bring your family through. You can have, they wait for the song and dance afterwards, man. They not really trying to do what you talking about. We up there, we be dead serious. They don't understand just how serious we be. They think we joking. They think we calling a white man the devil for a workout or something like we enjoy it or something like we enjoy coming out in that heat. Just to blaze on the white man. Now, we doing it because we really believe he the devil and he gonna pay for his crimes. Right? We ain't just doing this to do it. We in this thing for real. Give me the next verse.
And can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. Verse 33, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
Right, so everything you prophesying on the street corners about the death and destruction that's coming to black people and to America for following after the ways of this white man and his philosophies and trusting in his gods, there's going to be a day where the earth is going to pay for it via UFOs coming out of the sky bringing destruction. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, that's on you. But in that day, you going to know, damn, them prophets wasn't lying. I don't know about you, but I'm living to see that day.
Right.
I'm trying to see that day where they realize, oh shit, I done messed up. You know what I'm saying? I done messed up. I'm stuck in this situation, and surely death is near. That's gonna be y'all. Hoping and wishing. Wishing and hoping. You understand? Get this next verse. Any questions? Y'all can ask them now. Otherwise, we're going to go on to this next verse. I'm pulling it up right now. Let me see. Let me see. Damn. I thought I had Pulled up. All right, so give me 1 Thessalonians 5:12. First Thessalonians 5:12. So this is how we deal with one another, man. This is how we separate ourselves, man. I gave y'all a little bit of that camp life, man. But we're gonna go more into that. I'm jumping back and forth. You go ahead and read that when you got it.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 12. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you,
Right.
and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you.
Right. Hey, man, know the men that labor among you, man. You got to know each other's strengths and weaknesses. That's how you get along through this thing. I can't blame a brother for something he just simply cannot do. Well, I'm going to keep giving him that same assignment. He can't do it, and I'm going to keep getting mad. The brother can't do it. You got to find somebody else that got the strength to execute what it is you're trying to get done. Because one brother may be strong in one suit, but then weak in another. So it's important to know the men that labor among you, man. It's important to know, who's able to listen. You might have some brothers that they can't teach class. They may not be good at holding camp. But damn, whenever you need to get somebody somewhere around the city, they always keep a vehicle and they always available to come pick them up. Just a phone call. He might be an hour away, or he might be right around the corner. But having a brother that's able to maneuver about through the city in which you're located and put other brothers on to different clubs and whatnot when they come out of town. All those things are necessary. They're very much necessary. Very much needed. Because that's just knowing the men that labor among you. When you got a brother coming from out of town, you got to roll out the red carpet, so to speak. You gotta, sacrifice the good bull. Go ahead. All right, no sweat. Put your phone on mute. Well, what scripture was we on just then?
1 Thessalonians 5:12. Know the men that labor among you.
That was it on that?
Comes. I can read verse 13.
Read 13.
And verse 13, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake.
All right, that's it on that, man. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with acknowledging the brother that's putting that work in. If you know he going out there and he ain't getting cut in them battles, he doing the cutting. Ain't nothing wrong with be like, hey, man, you sharp on them scriptures, man. You sharp with that tongue, man. Cutting these enemies down, man. Ain't nothing wrong with letting them know that. Or if he a brother, he always on time to pick brothers up for camp, man. And he always offering up his vehicle for camp or whatever. Hey, man, big him up. Here, it might be something as simple as a brother always remember to bring the water for camp. That something pays off, man. Because one day you're going to be real thirsty, wishing you had some water, and guess who's going to have that water for you? That one brother. He can't do nothing else, though. He screw up on everything else. But when it come to have your water account, he got it ice cold ready for you. We need brothers like that. You know what I'm saying? Give me that's pretty much it on that. We can go over some other things. I know next week, oh no, in 2 weeks, the Trump administration said that pretty much with the deportation and the immigration, they were saying if states don't come to a plan to deal with the issue, that he gonna order his ICE agents to go from county to county, state to state, and just do a raid of the Hispanic areas and deport all that he can. I just want to start by saying the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And listen, man, y'all playing in deep. Listen, y'all don't want that smoke. What you gonna take up all the Hispanics? We ain't gonna have no vegetable produce at the store. All that's gonna be dried up. Ain't no white boys about to get out there and pick strawberries. Say goodbye to your strawberries. Say goodbye to your oranges. All your good fruits. Say goodbye to it. Because some dummy want to get some legislation passed proving he a dummy. That's Trump for you, man. That's why it's important that we be fully armored in the Lord, man. There's a lot of things that's going on that, you know what I'm saying, quite frankly, we got to be ready for, prepared for. If not, we're gonna be ass out of luck. Let me see. You can get that in Deuteronomy 28:15. Go back to these curses, man.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Listen, we ain't listen to the Lord, man. We ain't listen to the Most High. We out here doing our own thing. That's why you can't be surprised that the Hispanics are going through what they're going through. Not only the Hispanics, but what about the tribe of Ephraim? Wiped out by that hurricane, man. Not the whole, what is it, country or city? What is Brazil? I mean, not Brazil, Puerto Rico. It's a country? I think. Oh, okay. I thought it was a state.
No, they voted. They voted to not make it a state. So it's just
Okay.
they owned by the United States.
Look at that. Puerto Rico owned by the U.S. and they treat them like they not owned. You know what I'm saying? Like they a stepson or something. Like it's messed up, man. But because we not listening to the Most High, that type of stuff gonna keep happening. The Lord is talking to us, obviously, man. The ICE immigration is the Lord talking to Hispanics like, listen, put down the hate with Judah. If anything right now, I know that we are supposed to be arch enemies in the streets. But if anything, the Hispanics right now should be running to the tribe of Judah.
Right.
And the tribe of Judah, we should have open arms. Because what they going to do to the Hispanics, they are surely going to do to us. It's going to come back around. It's going to come back around. Negroes think they safe, but mark my words, you are not safe. Pay attention. What Trump just say? He was accused of another sexual assault. And he said not that he was not guilty. he didn't say I don't condone and rape, but he did, however, say that she is not my type. Like, we are dealing with a bully in this White House, man. A dumb bully at that. You got to know who you dealing with, man, and realize that you ain't safe. You understand? It's time for us to unite, quit all them silly games. Isupk, bring them tacos through, some of that cha-cha music and all that. And we're going to come with our reggaeton restaurant, you know, the oxtails and the beef patties and the jerk chicken. And we're going to have jerk chicken tacos. You know what I'm saying? Put that thing together and make it work. Because it's time we come together, stop the foolishness. Keep reading.
And to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Yeah.
Verse 16, cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Whew. Boy, ICE coming for you in the city. Atlanta. Mayor Keisha Bottom said at least give us a warning that when you send them so that our officers ain't in danger. Man, we cursed in the city. Go ahead.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And we cursed in the field all the way in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? All the way in the rural areas of the country where you got Negroes trying to be farmers. They not getting them subsidized farming grants. They not partaking in that subsidized farming. And white folks getting all that government money. Meanwhile, you struggling to pay your rent. Go ahead.
Con. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
You think you gonna go to school, get your education, think you gonna get you a good job and save up some money? That ain't gonna happen. You know, first off, you come out of college $100,000 in debt. And then, in the midst of you looking for a job, you gotta pay back this debt, so your credit being affected. So you trying to get them debts paid and trying to eliminate them. Meanwhile, you know, you pretty much assed out of luck. You know, you got all that debt, looking for a job. What else you gonna do? You gonna take any kind of job, a job you ain't even go to school for, that's paying way less than what you expected. Go ahead.
Salaki.
Yeah.
I got a precept for blacks and Hispanics coming together online. Somebody gave a precept.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
It said Ezekiel 37:19. Say unto them, thus said the Lord God, behold,
take that one stick,
the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand.
Yeah. We got to put together the leaders of Judah and the leaders of the northern tribe, which is the Ephraimite tribe. We got to put them together. Stop the hate. Stop the hate. Definitely, you know what I'm saying, start. It's time, man, listen, man. Can you imagine we may not have much, but imagine being away from the white man and we just around black and Hispanics. All the music that'll be playing, all the cooking, all the good looking women. It'll be glorious. We wouldn't miss the white man for 1 minute.
Right.
White folks will be over there hating. What are they doing over there? Why can't we come? Hating and just mad and wanting to be part of it. And they could be part of it. Listen, you come to our little carnival. First off, you're going to be the clowns in the carnival. You're gonna be the workers. And if your people want to come, they're gonna have to pay damn near triple. And we'll do a little live show for you. Bring out some of our best comedians, best singers. It'll be the best time in your life. You wouldn't even think about how you just got off a 9-to-5 shift working under some Negroes. You'll be happy, white man, to get your check and go back home to your trailer park because you got to watch Negroes perform and do our thing. That's how great we're going to be once we come together. Imagine all the great singers in that reggaeton and the you know, the other type of music genres that black people got. Imagine all that. Where we at? Go back to where we was at.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
Right, so that means that goes into you get listen, even your capital, like how you build up your businesses and how you make your money, that's gonna suffer. A lot of you black women, you swear you got the best jobs in the city, and you swear that you're gonna have them jobs forever. A lot of you black women, you selling cat. You smell how we just, you know, bad anyway. It's a bad situation. And, you know, we doing things we ain't supposed to be doing. Oh, that's bad. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
Right. So wherever you go, you gonna be cursed, man. Keep going.
Verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hands unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing.
Right. So you thinking like, well, damn, all the Hispanics they doing is they coming over here trying to work, and you know what I'm saying, we're just trying to make an opportunity for ourselves here in America. And you wonder why the white man being such a devil. You be like, dang, he got all his credentials. He hating them for no reason. What's going on? It's because whatever we set our mind to do, the Lord got cursed, man. It got shut down because we sinned against the Most High. First, we got to start there before we can fix anything else. I don't give a damn what economic plan you come up with. Y'all could buy out Trump, make him go bankrupt while he in his presidency. All the black people were spending money, we could do it. But you still gonna be a nigga. You still gonna be a nigga in America. All that didn't mean nothing. Keep reading.
Verse 21. The Lord shall make thee the pestilence, Salakia. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it.
Damn. That's just like what? All the AIDS that we got going on in Atlanta. Them homosexuals came down here and thought they was going to have a good time. Hey, can you pour me up some of that ginger ale if you don't mind? I got you back on that bottle. All these homosexuals come down to Atlanta thinking they just going to have the gayest orgy sex. And it's going to be one good gay love fest. And you know what I'm saying? They're thinking that it's going to be all good. And the Lord plagued them homosexuals with all the AIDS here in Atlanta. My rear was driving Uber not too long ago, and the sister was on the phone with her doctor, found out she got the big letters, AIDS. said that sister, the look on her face was just the look of death. She was defeated. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't nothing else she could do. What she gonna do? She got AIDS. That mean that every man that she talked to after that, she gotta let him know, hey, listen, the thing between these legs is viral. It could kill you, literally. And you know, Jay, he gonna be thinking that she talking that you know, that shit he wanna hear. He don't know she dead serious. That shit could kill you, nigga. He got AIDS, nigga. That shit crazy, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. All the great food in America. America got access to all the great stuff, but great bananas and great pecans and walnuts and all that. And here we are in America. We the number one in all this. Table salt is killing Negroes. A Negro gonna die from table salt. It's because the Lord ain't playing. Lord said, I'll kill you niggas with this salt. Watch this. Okay. Oh, you ain't gonna put salt on the steak. Then I'll clog your arteries then. Nigga be like, well, I'm to cut back on the salt and the meat. I'm gonna go veggie. The Lord fuck around. The Lord mess around and kill you with high cholesterol. Be like, damn, well, I ate the vegetables and I ate the stem to the root, the root to the stem. I ate all the green broccoli you can eat. And damn, I still got AIDS. The Lord gonna find a way to get you, man. You wonder why it's such an urgency with black people running to this whole vegan movement. You notice that? We gotta drink more water. Like, you know, it's like you ain't even considered that maybe the Lord just ain't with black people right now. Negro, it ain't that we don't drink water or that, you know, white people just so much healthier than black people. It's that the Lord is set against us right now. We missing all the signs. We missing all the obvious cues. You know what I'm saying? We worried about like sisters, they swearing this new thing they got. I hate to be graphic, but it's called the yoni bath. Where they shoot steam up the vagina and it's supposed to cleanse out all the niggas that ran through it previously. That don't do that. You still got 4 kids by 5 different niggas. You know what I'm saying? You still dealing with that. You still dealing with the fact that you got all these spirits and all these demons on your mind consuming you, making you think you ain't pretty enough, making you think you're not worthy enough of having a man. That lonely depression. You dealing with depression, heavy. Depression is heavy in the black community, especially amongst black women. It wipe them out, boy. Because you ain't satisfied. And most times you ain't satisfied because you out here trying to be something you not. You black women, you can't be the man. If you get out your own way and let a man be a man, without you running your goddamn mouth, going off on tangents that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, maybe you could keep a man. Maybe in them nights you lonely, he can offer you something that can make you forget about your loneliness. Who was that? Teddy Pendergrass said, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. Who that was? That wasn't Teddy P. Well, I know you don't know. That boy, all he know is Tekashi 69. But yeah, that's real, man. I think it was Teddy P that said that. If anybody know, please don't have me out here saying the wrong name. But it was Teddy P that said, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. Girl, y'all don't even know. Y'all missing. Y'all don't even know what you missing. How you gonna? My whole thing is you spent your whole life in and out of relationships, getting rotted by multiple dudes, just ridiculously, and you know what I'm saying, just having no type of awareness or any type of even halfway decency about yourself. What?
Somebody said it was Bobby Womack.
Bobby Womack? I think that might have been Bobby Womack. Yeah, that was Bobby Womack. I'm tripping. I said Teddy P. But yeah, man, like it's like we running everywhere, scrambling to avoid this destruction that we know is attached to just us. That's my whole point of what I'm bringing out. It's like there's no longer denying that it's something that is out to kill black people, and it's the punishments of the Lord. That's what you're not getting. That's why it's so many juice stores being set up in there. Everybody juicing. Give me the whole ginger root. Put the whole ginger root in there with the turmeric. You got the ginger, the turmeric, and the lemons, and you thinking that the flu ain't gonna kill you. You die from salmonella or something. The Lord is set against us, man. Keep reading.
Verse 22. The Lord shall smite thee with the consumption, and with the fever, and with inflammation.
What? Wait, what?
And with inflammation.
Do you know that inflammation is pretty much the main cause of most of the diseases today? Black people suffer heavy from inflammation. Arthritis. You notice all the black women that be 40 years old with them bad knees? Arthritis. That inflammation is heavy in that sleep apnea too, because when your body is always stressed and you can't relax, it tenses up the muscles, causing airways to constrict too. That inflammation is heavy. That's why they trying to get you to juice this or juice that, but it ain't helping. Black people still dying early. John Singleton, what age he died? 50 something? He couldn't have been no more than 50. Dead. Bernie Mac, 50. Dead. And these are celebrities, people with money, the ones that can afford to live well off. Dead. You understand? Give me next verse.
John 1 oh, it's still more than that.
Oh, go ahead.
And with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. Verse 23, and thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass.
Damn.
And the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
Damn, you locked in prison. You locked in prison. They came out with a documentary called The 13th, where they showed how the Constitution was written just like this. Or the amendment to the Constitution, which was the 14th Amendment, where they claimed Negroes was free. They said, we can no longer make a Negro, I'm paraphrasing. Well, I'm not even really paraphrasing, I'm just summing it all up. It said, we can no longer make a Negro a slave unless he get locked up, and then we can strip him of all his rights. And so conveniently after that, they just started locking up every Negro for every little thing. Jaywalking, winking at a white woman. Just every little thing they could get you locked up for, they locked you up. Right. And you became a slave to them again. And now you get out of prison for so long, you can't even be functional in society, so you go back to the same crimes. That's the type of trickery of the white man. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 24. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Keep going. Yeah, that's more e-commerce, not being able to have capital and business, suffering. Go ahead.
Verse 25, the Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them.
Right.
And shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
That's exactly what didn't happen to black people. I mean, we got them scattered like roaches when the police pull up on the block. And it's because, listen, our nation has been conquered. We literally all over the earth via slave trade. Another people coming and snatching us up, telling us where to go, how to live, lay right here on this boat. Go ahead.
Count one con. Verse 26, Salaki. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all the fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away.
Yeah, keep going.
Verse 27, the Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, wherefore thou canst not be healed.
Damn, so the Lord talking about giving you something like some herpes or something, or some hemorrhoids. Somewhere there ain't no cure for neither one of them. You know what I'm saying? You getting diseases that ain't no cure for. It's just slowly killing you day by day. And you know it. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 28, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and with blindness, Salakia, and blindness, and astonishment of heart.
Right. Now, how many people suffering that? Just crazy out of their mind. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of these people, especially in Atlanta. Atlanta got a crazy homeless population. Like, it's more homeless than it is damn near residents. I'm like, well, damn, you got all these homes, but ain't nobody to fill them up. Now, what we gonna do about that? Like, you pass by them cats late night, man, it's like they in the zombie mode, man. All they know is how to beg for some change. And you try to say something different, like, hey, brother, you hungry? Change. Like, hold on, I ain't got money, but I got food. But they in such a zombie state that it's ridiculous, man. The Lord done cursed us with mental illness. Mental illness. A lot of black women don't realize that they whole mindset and they whole philosophy, and not just black women, but black and brothers, black women and black men, we don't even realize that our mindset, even if we not necessarily strung out on drugs, but our typical school of thought is insanity, man. Our typical school of thought is like, I'm gonna get money by any means. That our attitude is insane. It's a lack of wisdom. Your mind, that's not good mental health. To think like that, to go through life thinking that that's life, your whole idea is to, get rich by doing anything. You'll do anything. That's not good mental health, man. How we raising our kids, being overly abusive to them, that's a sign of bad mental health, man. Especially if you damage them children and they grow up to be the same way. They're afraid to speak to you, afraid to say what's on their mind, afraid to tell the truth. Because you mentally destroyed you, and you go and abuse them to a level where you whoop all the masculinity out of them young boys, or the women, you whip all the femininity out of them, man. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 29, and thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. and no man shall save thee.
No man can redeem us out of this situation, man. Y'all looking for a man, you ain't getting no man this time. This time you ain't getting no signs from heaven coming down saying this the way to go. You gonna have to realize the truth when you see it right in front of your eyes on that YouTube and the I.S.U.P.K. You gonna have to get your behind up. And if you know something wrong in your life, you know something out of place, you gonna have to take your behind down to our school and our classes, and you gonna have to ask and inquire of so that you could be doing right. Don't be just sitting up there, sitting on your computer, laptop, watching us do all the work. You a man. You know you supposed to be soldiered up. But you just sitting back watching us do all the work. And then, you know, you still playing like you out here doing something. And you ain't doing nothing. You out here convincing these women that, yeah, you really a FBI agent that's part of this training program that's out here doing something. But really, you just out here like everybody else. What's it? What's next on that?
Come. Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
That's half the brothers in this world, man. Half the brothers in America, man. Your woman, a man done already had that, homie. You getting his sloppy toppy seconds, man. You getting his seconds. They already had it. They know what time it is. She was down for the DP way before she even knew you, man. Keep going.
Con. And thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
Right, so we doing all this work. You got brothers that construct housing and things like that, but they can't afford them houses they building.
Right.
Them Hispanics, a lot of them can't afford them houses they building. But you building them though, not getting any of the credit. Ain't nobody out here, you know what I'm saying, treating you like you LeBron James because you done built up this great neighborhood. You notice they ain't never come around, they don't never come around and thank the workers. Like you get these rich people that move into these rich neighborhoods with all the amenities, all the just attention to detail and pristine, crisp look of their housing with the ponds and the lakes and the cobblestone and the marble floors and the glass windows. And you would think, well, man, I should tip this man. I should go out and get this man an extra $500 for his work. Well, they sit up there and act like you ain't did nothing. Like it was their richness that got them here, and then your work didn't mean nothing. You could be as rich as you want. If you don't have people that could build that work, that build those type of housing and things like that, then it wouldn't matter anyway, would it? Because they wouldn't have the talent to build it. There would be none. But what about the man that has the vision and the talent and the know-how to make it happen? And nobody care about him. Go on.
Verse 31, thy ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thy enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them.
Right. So that's just talking more on about, you know, your wealth building and things like that, all the tools you acquire to go into business or the tools you require to use for a business. You ain't got enough of them. Because, you know, you're in a position where they just simply outnumber you or outgun you. Go ahead.
Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Oh, we know that all too well. Half our children up in prison. Especially young boys. They don't even try to deal with these young boys. You got these women out here these days, they wonder where all the men at. Well, you ain't seeing them pass what, 11th grade, because the white man already got him in juvie, and he on his way to adult prison by the time he turn 18. They gonna set him out just in time for him to go commit a crime robbery, and he gonna be right back in jail. Right? Am I lying? That's what's going on. Go ahead.
And thy eyes shall look, and fell with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. Verse 33, the fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
Damn. That's why it's important to do what the Lord said. I had a brother the other day ask us, he said, can we still be punished if we live righteously? And I said, if you no longer do the things that you was doing in the world, and you come from doing that sin, you still have to pay for that life you lived. You may not die a sinner in the sense that you dying a homosexual or dying a drug dealer or dying a weed smoker or dying a man that indulges in prostitutes and things like that. But, however, you still gonna see death. And it might be for what you did in the world that could cause your ultimate demise. You understand? So the Lord, his realness is bleak. It's a bleak one, man. How stern he is. Because listen, as I speak these words to you now, I'm wishing it all just end to today, to right now. I'm wishing it all in. I hope me saying this, it turned into a catastrophic event. Well, Christ is like, I had enough. And he come down here blazing, right? But I know it ain't coming like that. I know it ain't. Go ahead.
Con. Verse 34, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. 35, the Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with the sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head.
You gonna have your head chopped off, man. Chopped off. Craziness, man. Any more on that? Go on.
Verse 36, the Lord shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee into a nation where neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone.
Yeah, that's what we doing now. Banging our head up. Them brothers going over there to some rock in Mecca and then busting their head upside the rock, man. Just busting their head all upside the rock. Looking dumb, talking about you Islam and all this garbage. To be a Christian at this point in time, you just gotta be a full out homosexual. I don't know no brother still claiming that Christian, you know. A brother make up a whole, I'm I.S.U.P.K. He don't know nothing about I.S.U.P.K. All he knows is that he paid a nigga $60 to kill a chicken, and now he I.S.U.P.K. And but anything but Christian. That's why they be halfway like, you know, squint, cringing when they see us coming, because it's like, dang, y'all still on that Bible? Ain't that the Christian book? Christians did a good job of making like the truth hard to bring out, because they made it so unappealing to everybody because of how Christians act. Christians act in a manner where you just be like, I can't be that. That's too fake. I done had more real conversations with strippers than I done had with them Christian hoes. Some of the most easiest, every time a nigga wanted to seal the deal to get some box, he'd go to church. He'd go to church with a broad and he was guaranteed the draws. That lets you know being a Christian ain't nothing. Go ahead.
Count on con. 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations whither the Lord shall lead thee.
A proverb and a byword. Now what they call us? Niggas, specs. Hey, you ain't got no tissue over there, do you? Yeah, let me see that. Niggas, specs, jigaboos, coobs. White man got all types of words for it, don't it? Boy, you just sit back and really think about all the hate he got for you. Sometimes it still be like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? All I got is devil and cracker. The white man got every name in the book. You know, even the Lord only called him so many things, you know what I'm saying? At least it's insult, and it can be used as an insult. Basemen. What our forefathers used to call them? Children of basemen. They used to call them beasts and stuff like that, didn't they? What Job said. I wouldn't even let them eat with the dogs of my flock. Like that's how we used to get them. Now we that. Like a white, in reality, a white man should be looked at as if this thing is on my yard. You imagine the kingdom. You're gonna be waking up. You know what I'm saying? You done did something rich and powerful. You wake up and your wife or your wives, they're outside and they're like, babe, there is a white man in my yard touching the fruits and the vegetables, and you gonna come up to the window and be like, well, what we gonna give a white man name? What name we gonna give a white man? You know what I'm saying? What name would you give a white man in the kingdom? Something disrespectful. It gotta be, because you know you're gonna name him, but it's gotta be something very low and disrespectful. Name him Roach. Flea Roach. My wife is unpleased at this sight this morning. But sir, Roach. The sight of a white man is going to be repulsive, even though you know he's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be like that, but it's the opposite now. It's like, oh, here come these niggas, and the white man got every other nation on board with that too. And it be like, how you gonna be mad when niggas show up when we come with all the smell goods and all the flavor? You notice the conversations Jake be having in public be funny and hilarious. And he be like, okay, kind of cool. You be thinking, but what do heathens come with other than that sulfuric acid smell, like they've been outside all day, and that must, and that just being, you know what I'm saying? And that garbage of that language that they speak. They just come just looking any kind of way. I've barely seen heathens really dress nice unless they live out in them areas where they close to Jake. Like, you know, this middle America be like, middle America where we are not at, it be them old hillbilly white boys that don't really bathe and they wear rundown clothes and all that. But where do white people dress the best? In the inner city. Where do white people wear the most colognes and perfumes? In the inner city. And why is that? Because that's where majority black Hispanic people at. That is the only reason why they try to have any sense of civilization, or not civilization, but have any sense of being civilized. Them Africans too. Them Africans come over here, first generation, and for the first 5 years they'll be without deodorant, and then they'll realize, okay, damn, I gotta start wearing deodorant. I know some Africans that they was just that wasn't their culture, and then after being roasted so many times by Jake they finally decide to put on deodorant. That's why white people now, they still halfway doing it because they ain't got their shoe game quite right. But I like to see them, they throwing on them double stitch denims and the True Religions and things like that. But they ain't quite got the shoe game right just yet. They still pull out some dirty Nikes on a brand new suit. And you be like, well, damn, you are a heathen. But that's how they looking at us, man. Hope it doesn't put too much salt in the chicken. And here you are just working, trying to earn a check. They seeing your black behind, you in the back of the kitchen, and they making you out to be the filthiest thing in the restaurant. Here you are just a line cook trying to earn a check, and you got to be the dirtiest thing to ever breathe breath. Hold on, let's take a break real quick. Break it real quick. All right, take over real quick.
Keep going down the Deuteronomy curses. Let me see. Verse 38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. Verse 39. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worms shall eat them. You understand? That's going straight into us farming. They got something to where they were starting to give black farmers fake seeds to where they can't even grow anything in their seeds. You understand? It's destroying their land. You know what I mean? While they subsidizing and giving all the white people, because, you know, they hired the tariffs against China. So the white farmers not selling as much product as they used to sell. But now they got it to where they giving them subsidized, so they paying them to not grow no seeds. But the black farmers is not getting this. And before I go on, anybody got any questions? Any questions online or on the conference call? Any questions on anything y'all been reading? Trees throughout all thy coasts, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with the oil, for thine olive shall cast his fruit. Verse 41, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. You understand? That's specifically with the slaves trade. You understand? We have all our sons and daughters taken away. Even now, ICE. You know what I mean? ICE is doing a whole deportation of the, you know what I mean, the northern tribe brothers, the Mexicans specifically, I.S.U.K. You understand? There's a lot of, if you read on the ICE concentration camps, they like to say that they're bases, but really it's a concentration camp. Even if you go on their concentration camps, they letting the children sleep on cement floor with an aluminum cover. And you got Donald Trump and his administration saying that they don't need no toothbrushes, you know what I mean, no deodorant, they don't need no soap. So they just, day after day, they say they even leave the lights on at night. So pretty much the children can't even get no sleep. They trying to find a way to inadvertently kill them. But it's intentionally, you know what I mean? It's like no soap, no toothbrush, so they can't wash up. No type of hygiene can they keep. On top of that, you letting them sleep on a cement floor with aluminum covers, with the lights on all day. You understand? That eventually you're gonna die. You know what I mean? That's the conditions that they put you in a condition to where eventually you're gonna die. You understand? They probably barely feeding them. You understand? That's what's going on with the northern tribe. You understand? But that's stuff happening to our sons and daughters, and they going into captivity, and there's nothing we can do about it. Even serving the white man, like, you got some parents that's so broken down that they serve suggesting that their sons and daughters go into the military, the white man military. You understand? That's having your son go into captivity. He's serving the white man that's not going to benefit you nor your nation in no type of way. You understand? But it's going to benefit the white man. Other people having your daughters and your sons, and they benefiting off of them. You understand? You can't even enjoy your son or your daughter because they overseas 2 years at a time on period. You know what I mean? They being deployed overseas. You ain't see them for 3 years because they out in Korea somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep going. Verse 42, all the trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. You understand? Same thing with farming, with us having our land. 43, the stranger that is within thee shall get upon Salakia, shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. You understand? That's talking about every other nation, when they come into the black community, what happens? They end up having a store. They run your corner store, selling you the chicken. You know what I mean? Chinese done got so smart with it. They realized black people like wings so much. They used to sell, you know what I mean, fried rice with the sesame chicken or whatever. You barely even find that at a Chinese spot now. You know what I mean? They selling you the wings. They selling you your chicken, you know what I mean, what you like, your fish, the hush puppies, you know what I mean? Now they done changed their menu up to fit black people because they move into black people areas and they able to prosper in their business. You know what I mean? Even with weave, you know what I mean? Selling the black woman hair, doing the nails. Anything that originally, you know, black people did because we like them a certain way. Now other nations are doing this and we can't get no business off of it. You understand? Because that's the stranger coming in with us and being set upon us very high. And we wouldn't, a black, Hispanic, and Native American dare go into their neighborhoods. You go to Chinatown and try to start a business, you won't be able to. You'll find out real quick you won't be able to start a business. I'm going to go ahead and pass the class back over to Officer TITHES. How's that first 43?
It's locking. Yeah, so, and listen, I don't want to go to no damn Asian Chinatown to start no business. No way. I don't like Asians.
Right.
They stink, they short, and they ugly. I like being around my people. Like, why can't we start looking at each other like genuinely? Like, this is what kills me. Okay, there's a few things that it's hard for me to live with. What was that? Oh, yeah. It's a few things that's hard for me to live with. A few stigmas as being a black man that it makes me, if an insane man would commit suicide. I'll put it like that. Just so you wouldn't have to deal with the stigma. One is this idea that black men don't love their kids. Like, what? Or we're just evil towards children or something like, some goofy something like that. Like, what? I love my kids. What do you mean? I love them. I love being around my kids. I love kissing them. I love waking up. I love cooking for them, teaching them. But because I'm black, you know what I'm saying, I'm a nigga that don't be around, or I'm a deadbeat, just off rip because of the skin of my color of my skin. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like brothers can't have compassion for children or something because it's something inherently wrong in black men that we just got to not be around children or some evil nonsense that they done made up. It's ridiculous. And another stigma is that white women ain't, or like to compare black women to white women as far as looks is absolutely ridiculous. There is no comparison. The average black woman trumps a white woman at least 10 to 1.
Right.
This is not me kissing Eve ass. Like, I get on Eve ass in a heartbeat and call a spade a spade. I call a B in a heartbeat. I'm not kissing no behind right now. This ain't a push to get multiple wives. But I do have to keep it 100. Black women and white women, there is no comparison. There is none. Personality-wise, looks-wise, hustle-wise, white women are dumb. They don't have no real hustle about themselves. What hustle do white women got? Besides the ultimate hustle, which is using black women so that they can get something. Black women, sisters got hustle. Right? Am I lying? I guess growing up in Atlanta make me realize that. I guess, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't growing up in Atlanta or whatever, you ain't seeing it like how I'm seeing it. Sisters got hustle. And so I'm saying that to say that it's time that we make a distinction between ourselves and these heathens, man. They done already gotten over top of us. They done already got over the top of us. But we can at least separate ourselves and call ourselves holy. Call ourselves holy by what? By doing what the Lord say. And to acknowledge each other as such, man. When I see black men, I don't see children hating monsters that'll go out and rape. I see that in white women, white men. That'll just go out there and rape women and rape children. I be like, nah, that brother didn't do it. Every time I'm on the news and I hear some shit like that, I be like, nah, that brother do it. Now, if it get found and he do it, my next thing is be like, yeah, he been influenced by this sexual deviancy spirit that's in America, trying to be like the white man. Right. Because it's just some things I don't even attribute to black men. Kidnap the bitch and rape the, nah, that's not something. We black men, we try to get rid of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, if you don't get my face. Now that I believe. But the opposite, no. That's not us. It's some things I don't put on brothers that I just know, you know, I just know it's not our spirit. It's just like how the comedians joke and say when they watch the news and there's certain crimes that happen, they know whether a black person or a white person did. That's so true because it's just some things we know black people don't do. We just don't do. You know what I'm saying? Killing your mother and your whole family, that come on now. That's white people. What black man don't love his mama? I've grown up to where if you didn't love your mama, if you were a nigga that just talk foul about your mama, other niggas be like, hey man, watch what you say about your mama. Like you know, growing up on a football team or something, you know, you meet each other's parents and things like that, and let it be a brother that's just talking foul about, hey, don't say that about Miss, what's her name? Like they check you about you just trying to talk bad about your own mama, because black men love their mama. And it's just certain evil things that they try to put on us, evil stigmas that just don't hold true. Like we just out here whooping Eve ass. Like, come on now. Like we just abusive. You know how the feminists try to do this. The number one threat to the black woman is the black man. Now, come on now. Really? Really? Brothers is trying to get away from you. They not trying to deal with you. They trying to, if anything, and not that it's right. I mean, we still wicked in our own right, but if you tell me, like if a broad came up to me like he beat me and he was black, I'd be like, nah, what did you do? But if you told me that as soon as he hit, he was gone, I'd be like, yeah, he was, that's something Jake could do. Jake try to hit and vamos. Be up out of there because he don't want to deal with anything that come out your mouth. That's black men. So it's just certain things, it's certain ways you got to think like, nah, that white man did it. What else we got? What other scripture we on?
Verse 44. Verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
Right, they damn sure ain't. They barely lend to us. They barely do that, right? They barely lend to us, but they do lend to us, you know what I'm saying, home loans sometimes, Sometimes they'll definitely let you get a car loan. Oh, they got so many buy here, pay years, no credit necessary. Bring your black behind, your stupid black behind up in here and put 200 down. They nigga love to hear that 0 down. You think I can get a car with nothing down? That's what Negroes love to hear, ain't it? You get up in there, they done crept you up, they done slapped you upside the head with a 24% interest on a damn 1998 Cadillac with 200,000 miles, and you in for them $6,000 on this damn Cadillac, nigga. Your car payments is $300 a month. Oh, dumb nigga. They lending to you, but you ain't lending to them. And they hit you with all types of, that right there is loan sharking, by the way. If you didn't know. A ridiculous interest rate on an old vehicle like that, they hustling, man. They hustling. And if they know this because you can't afford nothing else. And you tired of the bus. What's the next verse?
Verse 45, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
Right, and this is Moses telling you that you're going to be destroyed because you ain't listening. That is black people's life, man. If we could just see that, then we dealing with truth. I'm tired of this whole pretending that we just so blessed and highly favored. Christians loved it. Brother, I'm just glad to be alive, living and blessed. Like, brother, no you, come on, man. No you're not. Nigga, your heart pressure, your blood pressure is probably through the roof right now as I'm talking to you. You're probably a dead man walking. All your kids in jail. Your woman hoeing on you. She just left you. She took your house. You paying a mortgage on a house you ain't living in. You got some other nigga up in there dog pounding your wife. Nigga, stop acting like you blessed. That's one thing about black people that I wish we could just keep it 100. If I run into a black man in the streets and he just simply say, brother, life is hell. I can have a real conversation with you because sometimes I want to be like, life ain't shit. Sometimes when I run into brothers, I want to be like, man, listen, life under this white man is hell. Because it is what it is. Like, I'm supposed to pretend that getting money satisfies me. It don't. There is no amount of dollar that I can get that satisfies me. It don't. Because even if I get it, I know I've gotten it from working for some devil. It don't satisfy me, man. All right? Man, that's it on that. We're going to conclude the class and come back to y'all next week. You know what I'm saying? Let's hit them one time with the call-in number. What's the call-in number?
267.
The call-in number is 267-930-4000. Y'all make sure y'all tune in next week, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And the access code to that classroom is 591-059-637. And with that, I'm going to hand the class over to Priest and Officer Rakar and Shalom.